Good day and welcome back to this series Zero to Hero in Python Programming in 60 Days. I remain your host, Abbas Olaya. I know we spent 17 days since it's been 17 days we started this series. We've had 11 class. Today is the 11th class actually, meaning we have 43 days left and we need to cover some things. We've not covered object-oriented programming. We've not done reading and writing in Python. I've been writing files, debugging, web scraping, working with files, manipulating images, controlling your keyboard, graphical user interface, then web development apps. So basically, the graphical user interface we are going to face Tkinter. Then for the web development, we are going to face Django. Then we are going to build some projects actually. We are going to build a photo editing app that's more like a mini Photoshop. We are going to build a calculator. We are going to build a payment app. We are going to build a game. Then we'll do basically building a blog, then a news app, then a student portal, something like probably what you used in your school. So those are the things we need to face for this series. But today we are going to treat modules, classes, and objects in Python. So let's move to our screen now and start. Python is an object-oriented programming language, meaning we have a construct called classes that helps us to structure our software in a particular way that add consistency to our program, and they also help the use to be cleaner and the likes like that. So basically I want to explain modules, classes, and objects in these tutorials. So modules can be related to like dictionary. Just this time around, as dictionary is a key value pair, modules are more like a Python file that you've created a function in or your variables in that you can import into another program and access what is within it with a dot. That is this, as in your full stop sign, to access what's inside. So this is an example of a dictionary actually. So these are those characteristics I just listed. So basically I've written all this in my Spider environment so that we can import them and the likes. So this is a function and this is a variable. So I just put a variable and a function in a file. I called it my stuff. So I saved it. Then I came to another program. So I imported my stuff now. I light this on. I've imported it like that. Then my stuff.apple, you can see the result. It's saying I am apples. And if you check our notebook actually, no need to go to notebook. If you check my stuff actually, it is I am apples that is inside this file. The reason why I can import it like this easily is because I've saved these two in the same folder. So in case they are in different folders on your own system, then you have to probably put a slash and slash to actually mention where you are importing, but it's better to have them in the same folder for consistency's sake. So the dictionary I mentioned there, so no need to mention that here again. So basically what I ran here is what I'm still running here. So I'm printing what the function is doing. Then what a variable is doing here, that's what I'm doing here. So basically we have a function and we have a variable. So that's what actually makes a module. You can have variables, you can have functions, and you can have a combination of the two. So that's basically what a module is doing. So if you run something like this is how to call a dictionary. You use square brackets. When it comes to modules, you use dots. So you call the function within a module so the function will end with a open brace and close brace. Then when it comes to the variable, you just use the dot, no need of open brace and close brace for that particular one. So let's just get back to our notebook. So basically, let's now talk about classes. Classes are more like specialized dictionary in that, okay, you can have your multiple functions and variables within just a class. Instead of having it in a file and importing another file, you can have it in everything within a file, and you still use the dot operator, which is this full stop, to actually call them. So basically, for example, here, when we want to define our variables, we initialize. That's where we use this init. We use underscore, that is 2 underscore before the init, then 2 underscore after it. Then we call self. Self is basically saying we are initializing within this function, that is myself. Something like you ate and it's within yourself. So that's what this is for. You can see self here too. So when you want to define these variables, we call self. So you can see. So apple, I am a classy apple. Okay, I'm classy apples. So that's basically that. So here is why classes are used instead of modules. You can take my box class and use it to craft many items, millions at times if you want, and each one won't interfere with the other. When you import a module, there is only one for the entire program unless you do some monster acts. So basically that's what I just explained. So you can just keep on reading all these comments I add in what I've done. So basically, objects are like import. So when you call a class, that is the way I call this class here, I call it thing. So when you call a class, that's where the object now starts. So this thing is an object, while this class is a class. This function is a class. So when we call it here, this thing now is now what we call an object. But don't let me meddle with what you have in your brain, because object-oriented programming something is not something you can just craft and just explain like that. I don't want you to confuse things with each other. So that's that on that. So when I run this now, thing equals my box. So you can see, instead of we calling my box all the time now, what we'll do is just call thing, which is the object of that class now. So thing is an object of the class now. So thing.apple print thing.tangerine. So if we run this now, it will, oh, so what is wrong? Okay, I've not run this, my box class. So when I run that and come back here and run this, you can see it did what the apple is doing, which is I am classy apples. Then it did what the tangerine is doing, that now 1,000 years between. You can see that. So basically, it's more like a more fancy way of doing module. So instead of you writing your module then importing to another file, actually you can import a module that has a class within it. So don't let's start disturbing our brain. You can actually basically read what I wrote here. I've basically explained majorly what is there. So let me just give you time, then pause this video here. When you are done, then play, then pause it here again and read what is here. So getting things from things, that is getting objects, getting things from things basically. So my stuff apple. So this is dictionary style. I've explained this in there actually. I've explained this in my. So this dictionary, okay, sorry. It will give me an error because I've added another thing here. Then the my stuff.apple. This one is the module style. Then the class style is this. So basically that. I ran this one. If I comment out this, actually, I should be able to run every other thing here. Thing.apples. Okay, I think it's apple. So I should be able to run every other thing here. So this one is in our spider file. Don't worry, I'll push everything to our GitHub repo after this whole session, because I want you to code along is why I'm not pushing it to our GitHub repo yet. So that's basically that. So this here is another class now, song. So we initialize in the song something called lyrics. So self.lyrics equals lyrics now. So sing me a song. Then for line in self.lyrics. So the lyrics is what we are initializing for this object, for this class now. So now for line in self.lyric, print line. So happy birthday song, happy birthday to you. I don't want to get sued, so I will stop right there. Then bulls on parade song. They rally around that family with buckets full of shells. So if you now call happy birthday, sing me a song. So basically what this is doing is, okay, we have this thing here we call happy birthday. We've called this class here on this song. So basically this object we stated here is something like, okay, this lyrics. So the way we initialize variables in functions. So this lyrics is something like what is in this bracket. So this lyrics is what is in this bracket. This bracket here. So the way we call functions now, this lyrics is like what is represented with this lyric here now. So when we now call song on this, that's like calling this class on this lyric. So this what is representing this lyric here. So when we now call happy birthday, sing me a song, that's calling a function in this class on the lyric. So you can see we said self.lyric here. Now print line. So line in self.lyric, print the line. So you now print the line, print the song line by line, and do the same thing here too. So when we call this now, it say happy birthday to you. I don't want to get sued, so I will stop there. Then we did the same thing on bull on parade. So same thing happens here. So that's basically that. I know it's still looking sketchy and you don't understand what object-oriented programming is yet, but just bear with me and continue. I don't want this class to be too long, so I will stop here. Try this assignment. Then in the next class, we will continue. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe and do your assignments. See ya.